Hello, everyone. My name is Judy, and welcome to our first episode of She's All Yaps. And I'm here with
Suron, Draden.
And Carroll.
yeah. Give yourself a round of applause. Perfect. So this is the first episode, and basically what She's All Yaps is a community where I talk to community leaders on FAU, and they're gonna give advice to you guys and share their stories of how they got here today. So before I start off with the questions, can you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, so my name's Suron. I'm from Port Charlotte, Florida. I'm 20 years old, and I just graduated in December with my bachelor's in social work. And I'm now in the master's program of social work at FAU. Um, I'm in a club called Fashion Forward that focuses on modeling. And I also hope to work with the police department soon. And this is my fiance, Trey.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Trey?
Yes, my name is Carroll. I'm an athlete on the men's basketball team.
We know about you.
I'm working to get my bachelor's next year. I'm a redshirt sophomore, but academically I'm a junior. And what I'm studying is communications. To whenever I'm done playing, I can either become an actor or a sports broadcaster.
Okay, actor. Right. And you're in fashion forward. You want to be an actor. So is this passion of the arts something you guys share in common? Is it just something you just have, or?
It wasn't always, like, I was always into the arts. Like, I actually loved, like, painting and music and everything like that. I did chorus for a lot of years. You know, he was just an athlete.
Just for the record, I still don't like painting or doing that type of arts because I suck at it. Let's get that through, okay?
The
Similar
acting
performing.
career, I could definitely see him in it. He's so good at, like, doing voices and, like, just like I don't know if we've used the word role play or like not really, but like he's just a really goofy person. Like he can make it. He's a performer for sure.
That's great.
I could see it. So
I could see it too. I could see both you guys being, in the arts. It's a very lovely field. I used to be in chorus too back in the day.
Right.
Back in my time,
Soprano,
last year.
alto?
Soprano one.
Your prime.
Prime. But so I just want to know, what was the journey to come to college? Why FAU? Why the career field that you guys are in at the moment?
Okay, I'll start. So I was really interested in psychology in high school. I've always found that I do like helping people and being of service. And when I was like 12, I think I came to a STEM like lab camp at FAU, and I like fell in love with the campus. I fell in love with the programs that they had. I know 12 was like really early, but my parents, they always pushed me into like education, going to college, so I was already thinking about it. And so by the time high school's ending, college comes around, I applied for the Kelly Struhl First Generation Emerging Scholars Program scholarship, which is a full ride here to FAU for being a first generation student in your family. And at first I did not receive the scholarship. They were like, sorry, like it didn't make the cut. And then I guess later on that year in 2021, I guess there was some extra funds donated and I was able to go, and so I received another letter being like, come on girl, come to FAU. And so that's how I got here. And then eventually I realized like psychology might not be for me, so I switched to social work instead, which I've found there's a lot of career opportunities in there, and I love it. So
that's wonderful. Yeah. How about you, Trey?
Yeah, so I'm an athlete, so I obviously took that. No, I was kidding. Well, I've been an athlete my whole life, so like just basically getting a Division I scholarship was the main goal.
Right.
And it was after my sophomore season in high school where college coaches and universities started to take notice of what I was able to do on the court. And FAU was actually I think they were either the second or the third school to offer me a full ride. And then COVID happened. So, and we're from a small city, like she said, Port Charlotte, so I don't have like no media coverage on me, like there's no film, because it's such like a small population area where no one knows.
Right.
So a lot of the colleges like backed out that were already like recruiting me heavily, and I had to make a decision. but I made sure to like take my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I ended up getting like 6 Division I scholarships, I believe.
Wow.
And
He says it like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's something
huge.
crazy.
Yeah.
I chose FAU because it was right close to home. They had a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
The coach had a positive record, and he was just a very heartwarming guy. And he was brutally honest. He was like, I had one of the coaches from another school, I want to say, he was like, yeah, you're gonna play, you're gonna start, you're gonna do this and yeah. And our coach was like, you're gonna have to work for it, honestly, because we don't know, but we'd love to have you. We need, we want you. So I was like, well, that's a coach that's brutally honest. So I'm gonna go there. And it's been a journey ever since.
I know. I see. March Madness is coming up. Could not get tickets sadly, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not bitter.
Stuff happens.
A little bit. It's okay. Just a little bit. But yeah, that's amazing. So you guys always knew once you got to FAU and you saw opportunities, it was definitely the right choice, or are you still like there's always those thoughts like
this is the right choice for me. I think for us. I mean, we got to go to elementary school together, middle school together, high school together, and now college together. I'm like, it's the right choice for us as a couple, but then individually, I prayed to graduate with my bachelor's early, to be at this school and to be where I'm at, and I have now surpassed that point. Wow. Like, I have received my prayers, they've been answered. Like, there's no doubt that this is the right choice for me.
Exactly.
I'm just chilling.
That's beautiful. Like, that's beautiful. I mean...
I live life, man.
I can see.
Life is great.
Life is great. That's amazing. So for you in particular, social work, did you know, social work doesn't make a lot of money, sadly, even though it's very much needed. Did you ever feel discouraged coming into that field knowing that you won't be given as much credit as you need?
For sure. When I told my family and my friends that I wanted to do social work, they were all like, girl, you're not gonna make no money.
Right.
Like, they're like, why could you do that when you could go do, and I used to be like big brain, like, they're like, why don't you go do chem or like the bio stuff or be a doctor or go into nursing, blah, 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 business even. And I was like, no. I'm like, I'm gonna stick it out because, like I said, I was just very interested in working with people, understanding them. That is just, I feel like that's how you get through life is the people. Like, yes, you can be in the career, but ultimately you're working with people. People have issues. Like, the more you understand, I think the easier it is to go through. So I was very discouraged. Let me see. I'm like drawing a blank, hold on. I was, but then I started learning the material. And the material was very interesting, like learning about different diagnoses, how to be a therapist, how to talk with people, what certain populations are going through. And if you look at the area we live in, yes, Boca is very nice, but right outside of Boca is Broward, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Then you have West Palm, and not every area of West Palm is the best either. So it's like a really, yes, social workers don't make a lot of money, but there are some career paths in social work where you do make a lot of money. Doing just therapy maybe, or working for certain, you could be a social worker working for like the FBI, and that's a lot of money. So I actually want to mix criminal justice and social work, which is why I want to go down the criminal justice route with my social work background. But so far it's been really good. I've definitely made a lot of connections and networking. Some people in the FBI, in different police departments.
Should we be scared? We should be scared, y'all.
He was just very shocked at some of the people that I got to network with.
I can imagine.
The feds.
I can imagine.
And it's just really cool. So
that's wonderful. And so young. She's 20 now. 20. No, 20. Okay, so 20. Okay, just want to let y'all know. That's very young, and that's very amazing.
Seriously, don't remind me.
So proud. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, for you, Trey, I know you said that you always said you're always an athlete, which is a crazy thing to do. I used to be like an amateur athlete. Was not that good, but I still showed up, I still showed up. Did you always know that you were going to play in college? And then after, I don't know if you want to pursue MBA, if you want to go coaching, what's the route here?
MBA.
Right.
But no, being an athlete is hard, man.
Right.
Because I already know after I'm done playing, my knees, my fingers, I already got arthritis in my thumb. Like my thumb, both of my thumbs are like 2 different sizes. Like one's normal, one has a bump sticking out of it.
Wow.
And that's permanent, so I can't change that.
Right.
So, and it's like a lot of sacrifices. Like, say I want to go out on a date with her, like I can't, cause I have to go to an extra workout to get better.
Wow.
And it's just like a lot of countless hours. Like honestly, I'm probably in the gym, like along with like our mandatory practices, probably in the gym close to 4 to 6 hours a day.
Wow.
Including like the weight room, getting treatment. Like
wow.
I woke up today at like 7:30 and I got out of the gym at 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And,
oh my gosh.
And if I wasn't doing rehab, I'd probably be going back to like get an extra workout in.
Wow. That's
so
crazy.
It's a lot.
I had to like count the hours. Like, yeah, it really is like 6+ for him. Like,
that is crazy.
And a lot of times people don't say it's like you're an athlete, you have it so easy.
Right.
I do not have it easy. If I would rather, if you wanted to switch lives for a week, I would do it in a heartbeat because I don't think a lot of people would like last with this schedule because we also travel and we have to, fight jet lag and then we have to fight our flights getting potentially delayed, possibly sleeping in the airport, getting your assignments done on the road, having to email your professor why you're turning it in late, having them understand that why you're turning it in late. And some professors aren't that forgiving. Like, and sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, you're an athlete. Like, there's no special privilege. Like, it's not a special privilege. I got a game at 6 o'clock, and the assignment's due at 6 o'clock, so I kind of have to go to the game."
Right.
So, it's a grind.
It is. And how does it feel being in a career? Because athletes don't tend to. You can't play when you're like 50, or most people don't play when they're 50. How does it feel to be in a career knowing you only have such little time to actually enjoy it? Is that fair practice?
I feel like I'm in the enjoyment part of it now, but at the same time, I have to treat it as a job too, because I can get fired at any given point because I'm on a scholarship. So I'm not getting paid directly, but I am getting paid to play because, I have my food paid for, my books paid for, my dorm paid for. So it's like I am getting paid to play.
Right.
But at the same time, a coach can text me and be like, "You're done, you're cut, go home."
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. So it's just like a job. Like at the same time enjoying it, I have to take it very, very serious where it's like, okay, I can possibly be cut the next day or the next minute. So it's a business out here.
It's crazy, man.
And then when you get to the, like even in the NBA, when you go overseas, if you don't perform, they waive you. I heard in the Euro League, or like when you play overseas, that if you don't perform to your expectations, they literally just buy you a plane ticket home, and they sell the place they put you in, like they sell it.
Wow.
Talk about pressure.
And the car. So it's like you don't perform, they literally like, you walk into the arena the next day, like let's get ready to work. The GM wants to see you.
Wow.
Here's your plane ticket. Go home.
Wow.
We've seen enough. And in the NBA, they'll just tell you're waived, and you have to figure out from there. So it's just.
That is a lot.
So I think it's harder than a lot of people realize. Like,
for sure.
It's brutal honesty.
Yeah.
Versus like social work, like I can always be a social worker anywhere.
Right.
I'm never gonna have to worry about not being able to do that specific career.
Exactly.
But my career is very, very limited because I'll probably play until I'm like 30 something, and then I have to retire. Possibly retire to injuries or just retire to boredom, because some people just get bored of their sport. It was just true. Like, they just don't have like the heart to play anymore. It's like, or it's like they just get so old where they can't move like they used to. Like that happens with a lot of athletes nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. That's crazy.
Intense, right?
Yeah, both you guys, very, very intense.
Bet you wasn't expecting that.
I was not. I was not. But you guys are very like, what's the word? Just amazing. Like I don't even know you guys too well, but I'm so proud. And I can imagine how your families feel when they've known you for years. But to sidetrack a little bit, I know you guys are engaged.
Yes, we are.
And you guys are engaged 6 years, I believe, dating or being together for 6 years. And now you guys are 20 and you guys are engaged. How is that, getting married in school, very busy lives? How do you balance planning a wedding?
7 years. years. We're old.
Wow, you guys are not old. They're not old.
That is a loaded question.
Yeah. Sorry,
The balance. Well, first of all, it's exciting.
You got that.
I think probably I can speak for the both of us right now. It is exciting. It's like, it's so nice to, like, when he proposed, I was like, woo, all right, my spot is secure. We're in this. Like, we're good. So, and it's college. Like, you're in college. There's people. It's true. Literally, in the car, after we got in the car, I was like, ooh, all right, cool.
Right. Let me just tell you something. That uppercut was going to be brutal, she said.
You're going to have to cut that out. You cannot say that. Anyway.
I was kidding.
Anyways, but it's nice to, like, our relationship is secure, like, and we're in college, there's lots of dating and stuff that goes on. Couples that have been together throughout high school break up here. Like, if it's anywhere, it's now, and that's not it for us, which makes me very happy. Yeah. It's exciting, the planning is going. Like I said, we're just 20, we're just college students, so, like, in my mind, I might have this dream of this big grand wedding, but realistically, we're gonna have to scale it down a bit.
Right.
Spend more money on the honeymoon.
Right, spend more money on the honeymoon. Which we want to go to Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
But the balance, the balance is something that we are still mastering. Like, it was really hard in the beginning with his schedule, and then I had to just kind of understand, like, he's an athlete, he does have this rigorous schedule, he's my best friend, like, I can't just be like, come on, let's do this, this, and this, because he's tired from his 6 hours, you know, at the gym and the games and the traveling. So I also had to learn how to kind of fit my schedule around him.
Right.
But we do still make time for each other, even if it's just like going to eat, like grab a bite to eat, or meeting up at times throughout the day. Yeah, you want to add anything? The balance, we're still...
I'm just glad the argumentative part of the relationship is over.
Right.
That was stressful. It's like ooh, man. It's hard, man.
Right.
Like, it only gets hard, like, I won't say that. It gets easier, but it also gets harder. Like, they both get easier and harder, just with certain situations.
Right.
Like, and I think when a lot of couples realize it gets harder, they're like, I still want to be in that lovey-dovey state, not this argument state, so how about we just see other people?
Which I would like to clarify, we don't argue.
Mm-hmm.
We just might have discussions with opposite opinions.
Super.
It's not an argument.
Beautifully worded.
We don't argue anymore, but back in the day, back in the day we had arguments.
And I would say it was probably just figuring out the balance.
Right.
How to balance things. Who's going to sacrifice what time or what they want to do to do what.
Right.
Is mainly what it consisted of.
Yeah.
I can imagine, like, going to college, that's a new experience in itself, and then you're getting engaged during this very transformative life.
And we're maturing too, like,
right.
We keep saying we're only 20, like, we had to mature together from the childish, like, state in high school to growing, learning, functioning adults in college.
I feel like I'm 30, man. So serious. I'm 20, but I feel like I'm 30.
There's a lot of pressure for such young people. It's crazy. And it only goes up from here. Mm-hmm. But the more stuff you get, the more pressure you get. How do you guys feel about that?
The pressure. I've been definitely feeling the pressure a little bit because, you know, like, a lot of things are happening at once for me. I've graduated with my bachelor's. A lot of people stop at their bachelor's and they go into the workforce. Going into my master's, you know, moving off campus, navigating, getting an apartment, just how to handle your funds, which I have Kelly Stroll to thank for that. Shout out. And then the pressure of our relationship too. It's like, yes, we are very mature. And he says, like, he feels like he's 30, but at the same time, we're also just 20. So it's like, are we going to be, like, a young married couple, or are we going to be, like, an old married couple? Like, and there's a lot of spotlight on our relationship now that we are engaged. So it's like, you know, keeping up appearances and answering lots of questions about it.
Sorry.
Oh, no. You're good. Yeah. I think that's some of the pressure for me, like, to planning. Everyone's like, when's the wedding? What are you gonna do? Where is it gonna be? Which, if you want to ask those questions too, I'll answer. And just making sure like our relationship is healthy and stable moving forward.
Right.
While still navigating it, but like still being young, you know?
Yeah.
Hope that made sense.
It did.
Yeah, I don't feel no pressure.
Oh, just cool guy.
I tell you,
just a cool guy. You
I'm
seem very like nonchalant. Which...
I'm a very chill dude.
Yes.
Like, it's very hard to get me upset and bothered. You really gotta annoy me.
Right.
It just gotta make 0 sense whatsoever.
Right.
Or it's just like, if it's the same thing, like, over and over and over, I'll get tired of it, and I'll be like, chill. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But, obviously, we're followers of God and Jesus, so if it's in His will, it will happen. So, there's no reason to stress over it. Like, I have plenty of things to stress about, but I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's like homework. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. What's going to happen?
No.
You could fail, but...
You know,
you could.
I get what you're trying to say.
You could, right?
I get what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Might mess up your whole program, but
But it's the same thing. You know, you put effort to the relationship or you don't. If you don't, it fails. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Choice of consequences. If it's gonna happen,
There's
it's gonna
consequences.
happen.
That's true. That's true.
So, I'm chilling.
That's great.
It's gonna happen. So.
I'm the one who stresses. So he's the chill guy. I stress about everything.
The balance, yin and yang. It's good to have. I feel like it works out like that.
Yeah, you can't have both of us stressing.
That's beautiful. And like, how'd you guys know? Cause how do you know when you're in love? I feel like this is a question a lot of people have. Like, how do you just know?
15 years of experience will do that to you.
Right.
Like we've known each other since we were 5.
Oh.
How do we know? I have to think about this, so just give me a second.
Good. Take your time.
You want me to go first?
Oh, he knows.
Yes.
I was weirdly always drawn to her.
Oh, okay.
Just for no reason. I couldn't tell you why. I was just always drawn to her.
Right.
Like I could feel her presence whenever she was around and when she wasn't.
Oh my god.
Like I was just weird.
Y'all boys better step up the game. I'm not playing. Not playing.
I was just really attached to her. Like I was just always drawn ever since we were kids. Like I don't know. Like I had a thing where if I liked you, I was always mean to you.
Oh, he was one of those.
He was a bully. Oh, he was so mean.
Oh my god.
But
so mean.
That was just because I was secretly in love with you, baby. That's all it was.
I guess.
But look at her now. She got a ring on her finger. You know, she got 6 years worth of happiness down the line. You know what I'm saying? She's chilling. Yeah. Do this.
He does this, y'all. He does this.
How did you know, babe? How did you know?
I said I was weirdly drawn to you.
Oh, that's how you knew. Okay, that's how you knew.
That's how I knew. You want me to say something? Cause like I knew what I wanted. Cause my heart was like, dude, that's the one right there. I was like,
oh
okay.
My gosh.
So I guess you just know, like.
That's beautiful.
I just knew.
Y'all boys can step up the game.
I put a ring on it.
Step up the game. That's beautiful.
I think. When did I know? You know. This probably sounds a little crazy.
Yeah, when did you know? That's what I want to know.
Well, I remember, like, in middle school, I was like, oh, yeah, he's the one. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, girl, you're in middle school. Pipe down. I'm like, no, for real. Like, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew, I guess, after, because like, there's trial and error, like, in a relationship. So I knew after, I'll say towards the end of high school, like, he was just so patient. So patient, so kind, and just the kind of love that he could make me feel was just unlike any other. It was just so real, so genuine. Like, I feel like you'll just know. Like, you won't have any questions about it. In the beginning, sure, you know, I had questions because it's like, we're about to go to college. Is he going to go this way? Am I going to go this way? What's going to happen? But it was more so of, like, I knew that he will always love me, like, no matter what, like, through, like, all kinds of trial and errors, like, which we've experienced as well, like, it hasn't always been like rainbows and sunshine, as great as our love story sounds. And I think the fact that we could make it through those hard times, and he's still patient, still so kind, still so loving, and, you know, dealing with all of my craziness that I can be, like, I think that's how I knew. Like, he just, yeah. Oh, man, I love you.
This is like,
I love you too.
That is beautiful.
I guess I'll say this is the one person I'm not nonchalant about.
Oh, okay. So like this is the one that you'll ride for.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh.
Don't let anybody get too close to me.
That is so lovely. And that's crazy because, we are in college, so I hear some people be like, we're too young, like, you don't know for real. But you guys are proof that you do know for real. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
I think, what is it, because I love to answer that question. Like, how would somebody know? Like, how would I tell you if you know? Like, just when you have, like, a consistent, what are you laughing
My
at?
streets of thought almost came out.
Please. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to know. I feel like...
I'll tell you later.
Oh gosh.
He is tickled.
Okay.
It must have been funny.
Right.
I want to hear it, Loki.
Make sure it's appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
Oh. Say it after the podcast. I was gonna say, I think like a consistent, healthy relationship. It's very key.
Right.
Anyways, that's my little 2 cents. I don't know.
That is wonderful. So beautiful. So I think it's time to wrap up. I was yapping a little bit.
I love to yap, girl. You sit with 2 yappers.
Right. That's beautiful. Last question. So, any advice you could give to the people watching who are in similar situations, whether it's romantic or career-wise, what would you say to them?
I'm looking at the camera for this one.
Oh. Okay, sure.
It is worth it. Do it. Worth it. Look at me and her. Worth it.
Great. Beautiful.
Right. I agree. Romantically, it is worth it to stick it out with someone. Now, obviously, there's lots of, like, toxic people out there, so you have to know who you're sticking it out with if you're sticking it out with the right person.
Right.
And I guess that's the hard part. That's the whole navigation of dating. But I think...
I'll try to get on audio.
I think advice-wise, trust is really important. Trust and communication. I feel like communication is over trust because you have to be able to communicate with somebody to work through all the hard things. And there's lots of hurdles at this age in college. So as long as you can communicate, you should be good. Academically, I definitely say, like, just literally do what you want. Like, there's a lot of pressure from family, the career world. Like, people say, oh, social work, blah, 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 social work. But it's like, if I want to do social work and I know that I'll succeed there and I know that it's calling me, like, go and do it. You won't regret it. Right. I think following your heart and doing what you really want to do versus, being in a major or a field and taking all this time in college to do these classes and these hours and these internships, and the whole time you really don't even want to do that.
Right.
Like, now's the time to explore. So if you want to change majors, change it. Go experience and explore. And that's my advice, academically and romantically. Communication is key, and go do what you want to do career-wise. It's your life. Nobody else's.
This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I am Judy from She's All Yaps, and this is...
Suron.
And Trey.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
Here we go.
De nada.